So, what exactly is a dividend? You hear the term all the time, but let's be honest, it can sound kinda complicated. Well, forget all the jargon. Today, we're gonna break it down with a super simple story that takes place in a little market stall.
And who's going to be our guide for this? Meet Coach Kobo. He's a veteran of the marketplace, knows all the ins and outs, and he's going to show us how money really works just by watching what happens at a single fruit stall. Okay, so picture it. A little stall in the market is having an amazing day. I mean, the cash box is overflowing, the owner's thrilled. But then, as he's counting up all that money, he does something different. He decides he's not going to just pocket all of it for himself.
And this is where our story really kicks off. See, this stall isn't just owned by one guy. A few different people have put money into it. And as they all gather around to see how well they did, the owner's about to make a move that'll change how they think about their little business.
So the owner holds up the day's earnings and says, really simply, this profit, we share it. And then he starts splitting up the cash into a bunch of smaller piles, one for every single person who owns a piece of that stall.
You should see the look on the face of one of the newer, younger owners. They're just staring at the money in their hand, totally confused, and they turn to a friend and ask, "Wait, I got paid, but I didn't even sell anything." And that right there, that's the light bulb moment.
And right on cue, Coach Kobo steps in to explain what's happening. That little surprise payment? It has a name. It's called a dividend. It's pretty simple, really. It's just a piece of the company's profit that gets paid out to you, the owner, as a reward for the business doing well.
But here's where it gets really, really interesting. Now that everyone has this unexpected cash, they have to make a choice. And what they decide to do shows two completely different ways of thinking about money.
So on one side, you have the spender. They take that dividend money and bam, they're off to buy a nice dinner or something new. It's instant, it's fun. But then you have the reinvestor. They look at that same pile of money and think, I'm going to use this to buy another tiny piece of this stall. They're playing the long game.
And with that one decision, the reinvestor has just tapped into a secret weapon, the growth loop. This is the whole magic of making your money start to work for you instead of you always having to work for it. Let me show you how it works.
It's this awesome, simple cycle, right? The business makes a profit and boom, you get a dividend. You take that dividend and buy more shares. That means you now own a bigger slice of the business. So then next time they pay a dividend, your share is even bigger. It's amazing how those small, smart choices can build on themselves over time.
Okay, but let's get real for a second. Life isn't always sunny days and full cash boxes. What happens when business slows down? This is the reality check that every single investor has to face sooner or later. So let's ask the hard question. What if the stall just has a really bad week? Not many customers, not much profit in the box. Does that investor still get their little payout?
The owner gets everyone together again, but this time, the vibe is totally different. He just looks at them and says, look, we barely made any profit. There's no dividend this time. And you can just feel the air go out of the room. The easy money is gone.
And this right here, this is the golden rule. Dividends are not a guarantee. They are a result. They're tied directly to how well the business is doing. If a business is healthy and making money, sure, it can share the wealth. But if there's no profit, well, you can't share what you don't have. It's a reward for success, not a right.
Now, all this time, one of the older, quieter owners has just been watching. She's seen the good days, she's seen the bad days. Let's call her the smart saver. And she sees things a little differently than everyone else.
And she shares her secret. She says, you know, I don't get all excited about one great day or all panicked about one bad one. I look for businesses that make a steady profit over and over again because a reliable income is worth way more than a bunch of hype.
So, let's bring in Coach Kobo one last time to wrap it all up for us. Here's what you need to remember. 1. A dividend is just your share of the profits. 2. Using that share to buy more shares can lead to more income down the road. And 3, and this is the big one, no profit means no dividend, period. And that leaves us with Coach Kobo's final piece of advice. The real goal isn't just to find any business, it's to find a good one that's stable and profitable. Because when you do that, you can let your money do the heavy lifting for you. In the end, forget all the noise and hype. The numbers, they always talk.